Hey, it's pasthisprime here and welcome to Homeseek. So this is a brand new game at the time of recording this, just came out. I had played the demo version of this, not on the channel, but I'd played it, in private, obviously. And thought it was really interesting and another survival game, bit different to some of the other ones. So I thought, oh yeah, that's pretty good. I'll get it when it comes out, and got released and bought it. And we're going to put it on the channel and we'll see if anybody likes it, see if we're enjoying the game, and whether it stays on the channel or not, well, time will tell. I haven't looked into this because I'm not much of a multiplayer person, but this game does have a multiplayer mode. So that might be something interesting to a lot of people, especially people that like multiplayer, but are looking for a survival game that has a multiplayer thing, because that's actually fairly rare from what I've seen through my playtime. Most of them are usually all single player. I'll be playing it single player, but I'm sure there's other people on YouTube that have highlighted multiplayer. I haven't checked it out yet, but I will check it out one day just to watch what the multiplayer mode is like and what it is. It's possibly not something I'm going to be playing because I like to play solo, but that's just me. So let's get into it. This was quite difficult in the demo, so yeah, I'm not expecting it to be too easy, but it has a story, which is good. I like a game with a story. Okay, we've got story part 1, chapters unlocked, 2 of 5. I don't know if that's normally how it is, or that's because I had played the demo. So what is this? You've got experience the story of Homeseek one chapter at a time. Play the entire campaign in one go, transferring all progress, citizens, technologies, laws from one chapter to the next. Or choose any chapter to play in endless and see how long you can last for. Well, that's interesting. I would have thought you would want that as the default mode, wouldn't you? Play the entire campaign in one go, transferring all progress, citizens, technologies, laws from one chapter to the next. Okay, yeah. So I guess if you're struggling, because what would happen if you did that? You would... Born, bred and educated in underground bunkers, we emerged to stake our claim on the sparsely inhabited surface. What awaits us is a wasteland ravaged by drought and scarred by ancient wars. It may not be as devoid of life as we had imagined, but that does not make it any less perilous. And even where the barren land meets sea, the undrinkable water only taunts us more. Yeah, because if you do it one chapter at a time, does that mean you're starting again, or they're giving you a default set of buildings and people and whatever else? Whereas I would think we would do that one. Well, we're going to try this one. If it's not what we need to do, then I guess we'll come back. We're not going to do endless, not now. Okay, so what do we got? Oh, this is survival. The survival campaign is a challenging mode of Homeseek where you get to play the entire campaign by retaining your progress from one chapter to the next. You will retain your citizens, technologies and laws. On every chapter, you will have a chance to find some of the locations you failed to explore during the previous chapters, if any. Okay, so this is survival mode, so this is different. I don't know what does it say with the other one? So you just get the various chapters. Okay. I don't know which one to do. Maybe we should do the chapter one. I mean, that's what it defaulted to. We can always come back and do the survival one another time when we get more comfortable with it. Yeah, let's do that. All right, let's do that. Because I think this was how the demo was set up, was as in this mode, not survival mode. Anyway, story, part 1, chapter 1, thirst. Well, we've got some difficulty options first. So if we went easy, you'd get buildings cost minus 20%, speed of researching, voting and applying plus 20%, citizens water and food consumption minus 10. Medium is just play Homeseek the way it was designed, and then hard, buildings cost plus 20%, speed of researching, voting and applying minus 20, citizens water and food consumption plus 10. So let's go medium, since that's the way it's meant to be. Chapter 1, Thirst. The barrenness of the potential camp is almost enough to make us return to the bunker with our tails between our legs. But there are 2 shallow wells, and further investigation turns up some scraggly berry bushes and piles of scrap. It's exposed to the elements, but has the basics of us to make a go of it. So I'm hoping I've got the tutorial stuff on and it's going to do all of the pop-ups again, because like I said, I did run through the demo, but I did rush some of it.
Today is June 6, 2101. I'm afraid that this may be one of the last of my writings. The water's finally run out down here, just like it did in the old world all those years ago. The others are finally prepping to leave, to emerge back into the world, because now they must go, perish from thirst. I was just a child when the rivers ran dry and the bombs began to fall. And now I've lived an entire lifetime in the darkness of this place. I barely even remember the world of my childhood. A world underneath the bright sun and blue sky. My skin is pale, my muscles are weak. I'd only be a burden to them in the harsh journey ahead. They're still young and adaptable. I know firsthand of their strength and resilience. If there's water to be found up there, they'll be the ones to find it. If there's anything to salvage from the ruins, they'll be the ones to do so. They know nothing of the society of the old world. They are the ones who might have a chance to rebuild civilization.
Okay, a new beginning. With our few possessions finally unpacked, it's time to get started procuring the necessities of survival. Securing food, water, and shelter are our first priorities, and doing so won't be easy, but our spirits are fresh and we're all ready to pitch in. Okay. Alright, so we've got some tasks here. Lifeblood. Our community is desperate for a new source of drinking water. We need to build a contraption that will allow us access to water at the bottom of our makeshift wells. To make matters worse, our prepackaged rations are gone. We will have to risk consuming whatever we can forage. Okay, we've got to build a water extractor, a water storage, and connect them. Build a food storage near a berry bush and connect it with it. This will give us 8% happiness. Okay, I'm going to pause. So we've got our usual controls, speed controls. This is, I guess, our day-night cycle, I think it is. Little pop-ups, whatever. We've also got a log here, which if you want to look back at some things that have popped up and stuff that's happened, it's all there. We've got our help over here. We've got all this stuff up here. So it may pop up some stuff in a minute, but if it doesn't, we'll have a look. And we've got our building supplies here and some other stuff that's just not unlocked yet. So I don't know if it pops anything up straight away. But we're going to follow what it says. So we're going to build a water extractor. Now that's going to cost us 300 scrap. So this is our scrap here. If we get out of here. Here's our scrap supplies. Here is our food. This is our clean water, poor water, contaminated water, and salty water. And then we've got how many citizens we have. And like I said, here's our building stuff. We've got a few items under each of these, and these we'll find out about later. So you can only put this water extractor in certain spots, which is where there's a well. And here we have 2 wells. But we're going to put one there. So we're going to do a water extractor. And then that needs to have water storage. So I'm going to put it... I'm just going to put it right next to it. Okay, so that needs to get built. Now, while that's getting built, we need to do a food storage. Now, we can build the food storage next to this little sucker here, which is a berry bush, or we could do it over here. You know what, let's do it. Ooh, we could almost cover 2 if I did it. Okay, I'm going to build that there. So we got our various speeds, obviously. Here's our time of day, as I said. Now we need to... we're going to get this built first. Now, how do you... Scrap, scrap, scrap. Okay. I don't know if we're not getting pop-ups because we've dismissed it before. Let me just check. Hints, yes. Subtitles, yes. The problem is I don't know if the game's remembering because I had played the demo. And it's not popping up, but whatever, we will go through it. Okay, so we've got some... Oh, this looks a bit different. Okay, so not enough incoming connections, right? So we've got to connect in here. There's a couple things we need to do. So we can see here we've got not enough workers and not enough outgoing connections. So we have to connect the extractor to the tank. And then we've got three options that we can use. We can use a copper pipe, which is 88% efficient, an iron pipe, which is 94% efficient, or plastic, which is 98. Now, there's no difference when it comes to the scrap, but you can see there's a quantity. It's only 20 to do copper, 40 for iron, 60 for plastic. So you don't have to manage each individual item like you do with some other games, you know, End Zone, Surviving the Aftermath, where you've got to go and actually get you got to get the plastic, you've got to get the steel or whatever else, you know, it's just a quantity based thing, which I do like that in a way, because it just changes the focus a little bit. I'm going to do the best one. I'm going to do plastic. Now, it also said there's not enough workers, right? So we need to assign workers. So it needs a minimum of 2 workers, and we've only got so many people, but we can obviously go to max now. Okay, we've got some pop-ups here. So through this building, you can collect resources. If the source runs out, then the collection will cease. Okay, dismiss that. So this will show our workers. There's our connection, what we're making, whatever else. Here's a scrap pile. We can do the same thing. We can say, I want maximum people working on this scrap pile. because we need to build stuff. And here's our food one, which is also complaining. What's that complaining about? Nothing. That'll just get it. Okay, this is complaining it also doesn't have a connection. So through here you can create new connections with other buildings. These are incoming connections, and then they're outgoing connections. Now what we want to do is actually go to the bush and connect that to this storage. Okay, so we have completed our first task. Daily needs. We must secure enough resources for everyone. Add workers on the water extractor and the connected berry bushes in order to do so. Keep in mind each citizen needs 50 food and 50 water every day. You will also need more scrap, so make sure you assign some workers in a scrap pile too. Alright, so we've got to store away so much water, 750, 750 food, 750 scrap. If we fail, minus 8% happiness, plus 8 if we get it good. So we are going to max that. Now, we have used up all of our citizens now. We can't do anything else. So let's speed this up. We'll get this task done. Now, I guess if you weren't following their guides, you could possibly speed along, because we haven't got any houses yet. And there's also expedition and research. Now, we do need to do houses. I can't remember. I think it housed 8 people. Could be wrong though. But let's just get our daily task done because it's what it wants. Let's speed it up. Oh, here we go. Strange landers arrive. A group of strange wastelanders arrives on our doorstep, apparently desiring to join our community. They speak in a weird accent and we don't recognize them from our time in the bunker. They must have somehow survived on the surface all these past years. They have brought a small offering of food and water in an attempt to convince us of their good intentions. We can't very well turn them away. The prejudice amongst us protests but are overruled. So we get some minus happiness, but we're getting 9 extra people plus scrap, food and water. Okay, overcrowding. With the influx of many new citizens, our first priority has become finding a place for the new arrivals to house themselves. Everyone in our community could do with a place to rest. For that matter, if we don't remedy the problem soon, the exhaustion of our work will start to eat away at us. Okay, and we've done the daily needs. Let's just pause for a second. Alright, let's get these houses put down. I am going to put them... Ow, I thought shift might have worked. Well, that's annoying. Can you not... No, you can't drag either. Oh, well, that's a feature I wish they added. Either giving a drag ability or at least holding the shift key. That would be nice. Okay, so 3 houses. Like I said, I think they house 8. It probably doesn't say until we build it. Let's go at 2 times speed. What? Oh, that's our people. I was thinking, what the heck? What is that? Okay, so we can see we're collecting contaminated water. So, it's obviously not the greatest for drinking, but it's the best we've got. Okay, they're all running over and building. So I had seen something in the demo, something similar to that. So when I originally started playing the demo, I was a little bit worried because I had assigned all of my workers. And if you have free workers, they will build during the day. But another tactic you can use is that you can use all your workers up. So you have none free. They won't build anything in the day then. But what happens is at the end of the workday, they basically run over and build everything right at the end of the workday, just as they finish. So if you plan it right, that can be a better way to do things because then you're not having to have free workers. You can have your workers all doing actual jobs instead of just building. Anyway, we did that. I need medical care. Okay. Now, again, we have free workers, so we can... We can get more food. We can connect that to that storage as well. Now, our consumption of water is 1,200 per day. We're making 1,587, so that's okay. Food is fine as well. And we probably should get another scrap pile going. Now, I don't know if it's going to ask us to do this, but... We haven't got the scrap, so we ain't doing anything. Okay, so we've got a little pop-up over here, exhausted citizens. So exhaustion has a negative impact on happiness. To improve this status, make sure you have enough houses. Housed citizens are relieved of exhaustion at the beginning of the day. So that should be fine, shouldn't it? Yeah, we can house 8 people, so, you know, 3 8s, that's 24. Unless I've forgotten how to do math. And we've got 3 people that are very sick. To improve this status, make sure you have a functioning medical center, which we don't have the ability to. So I'm assuming we need to... Well, I'm not assuming. I know. I've done the demo. We got to research medical center. Yeah, we haven't got the log going yet still. So I would assume this exhaustion thing should go by the end of the day. Or the change in the morning. Let's speed it up. Yeah, so the exhaustion went. Okay, health concerns. The poisons of the old world saturate our food and water, making the simple act of eating and drinking exact a toll on our health. It is certainly no coincidence that an epidemic of indeterminate sickness has surged through our community since we began foraging for our food, instead of relying on our bunkers' sterile pre-packaged rations. We need to find a way to combat these health concerns. Okay, Wasteland Medicine Quest will commence. Okay. Illness and injury lie in wait around every corner in this unforgiving place. Even our food and water make us sick just by consuming them. Until we find a way to make our community safer, we need to be able to treat unhealthy citizens. If we don't find a solution soon, it might not be long before there isn't a healthy individual among us. All right, so we've got to build a research center, research the medical center, and build the medical center. Everything about medical centers. Okay, so we need 500 scrap to do anything. So we're going to hope that we get enough scrap. Come on, we need 500. Dun 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 dun. Stop. Okay, we're going to build this. Now, I'm going to put this... Yeah, let's put it over here. Okay, so So what we could do is, if I want to get that done faster, we could take out... Yeah, you know what? Let's take all them out. I don't know how fast 4 people... I don't know if 4 people build faster than 1 or how it works. You can see... Oh, they must, because you can see 4 people running over. So they're going to build it. Dun, 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 dun. Bang, built. Okay. So we can go with max. So I'm actually going to reduce that. I'm going to make sure I've got total max research. Right, so now we open up some of this stuff. So here is our tech tree. We have basically at the moment, I don't know if this will ever change, but at the moment we have 4 options here. One is this, collection and conversion, storage and distribution, quality of life, and progress and growth. Now we've automatically got these unlocked, but they do have these little bonus things that we can do if we wanted to. So they're not researched. So, you know, you could increase your workforce ability or whatever, you know, it depends on the option. But then we've got all of this tech here that is hidden away. So you can see, you know, there's add-ons to each of the items basically. And we'll get to those. But right now, what we want to do, or what we need to do, is this. So even the houses, we can permanently increase the maximum allowed occupants for the house, unknown technology, so plus 20%. So whatever that would be, what is that? 8, 10, oh God. Yeah, I'm not even going to bother doing the math. It might get it up to 10 people in a house. That's my guess, roughly. Okay, so we want to research this. Researching time is 7 hours. There is no cost for making research. Additionally, you can initiate the research of a new technology without losing progress for the previous one, but you can have only one active at a time. So if we suddenly decided we wanted to swap research, we could, and whatever progress is there will remain, but otherwise it will... Okay, and you got this left alt for complete summary. Okay. Occupancy 4, 1 to 2, 8. Yeah, okay. Just gives you details about it. I think that would be like there. No. Anyway, that is now going to get researched. Hopefully. Okay, we can see a little progress thing down there, which is good. It said 7 hours, didn't it? So we're not going to get it done before the end of the day. Okay, 1 drop at a time. Alright, it seems common knowledge in our community that the water we extract from our wells is filthy and contaminated with toxins. While most of us can keep the murky water down, others are prone to vomiting after just a few sips. We could all benefit from access to a small supply of slightly cleaner water. Build the expedition center, create a new expedition party, and send it to explore the mudlands. Okay, let's quickly pause. Okay, so we're almost at the end of the day, so let's get... Damn, okay, we can't. I was hoping to get this building down before, but... I don't know what time do they end the day? Is it here? It could be. Okay, we're not going to get the research. We're only 50%. We've still got another 4 hours of research, so that's not going to happen today. So I'm just wondering... Say we keep 1 in there. Let's go max and max. Let's get some more scrap. Let's see. If I can get to 500 before the timer. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yep, yep. Stop, stop. Okay. Where do I want to put this sucker? I don't really have a plan. A building plan. Can rotate it. Yeah, let's put it there. Alright, so I'm hoping that'll get built at the end of the day. Okay, so what I'm going to do now that we've done that, I'm going to go minimum. Drop that down by 1. Let's go back to max. And we'll just do some more research. Okay, we're at the end of the day, so they're going to build that, hopefully. That's how it works. If I've got this right. Looks like it. Yep. Alright, so... done that. Still trying to do that. Now, the tricky part. To do an expedition, you need to lose people. Alright. I think we're just gonna wait. We want to do it, but... we've got a few things we've got to do first. Well, first off, they got to sleep. Message arrives. A messenger arrives at our encampment. He has come on behalf of the remaining bunker dwellers, those who did not elect to explore the outside world with us when supplies began to run low. He tells us that starvation was enough to convince even the most stubborn to venture out onto the surface, and that they had already begun migrating in our direction. Okay, we've got a group of people will join us in a few days, or we are ready. Do we want the people now, or do we want to let things build up a bit and be more prepared? I think we want more time. Okay, so what is happening? Oh, research is complete. Okay, so... okay, we want to keep researching. So, it's going to be about what's most beneficial to us right now. I mean, research speed would be great, wouldn't it? Increases the maximum amount of workers. All right, we don't really want more workers because we don't have enough people, but doing something like this, and that's 5 hours, that would get our research faster. Okay, so we need 350 to build the medical center. But we're also supposed to do this, so let's drop that down to minimum. Let's check out this now. Okay, so we need a minimum of 3 people. And we can see how long things go here. So I believe... yeah, so it's the same thing. Every person is 50 water per day. So if we wanted them out for 2 days, let's say, as a guess, we need 300. Of scrap as well. Oh crap, we can't do it. Now we can. What? Can't you round it? Okay, it's better if you wait until it's full. Right, so we're going to send 3 people off for 2 days. they're going to gather their stuff. Okay. And we also need to build a medical center, which we can't do because we just used all our resources. Okay, so here's our expedition party. Here's our home. We have one option. We can go to the Mudlands. Oh, well, that's what it was telling us to do anyway. So I think if I pick them, they're over here. I can right-click to the Mudlands. And then I can either click on home or click on home and get back. So this is our expedition button now. Hang on. What happened? Okay, what? Why did that pop up again? Okay, at the moment they're traveling. Okay. Are we gonna get to 350? Come on. Ooh, I don't think we're gonna make it. We didn't make it by the end of the day. Okay, the storm bears down. As the dust clouds envelop our encampment, work nearly grinds to a halt. Fortunately, those with shelter can ride out the worst of the storm in their makeshift lodgings, but we pity anyone trapped outside as the storm rages on. Okay. And there we go. We were just a little bit short. Weather status change. Yeah, so this is the log. So if you want to go back, you can have a look at all the things that have popped up here, which is nice. I like that. If you forgot something or you can't remember what it was. Dust storms cause all citizens to move slower and buildings to be constructed slower. Well, that's unfortunate, isn't it? Unfortunately, I wanted to get the medical center built that day, but it didn't happen. How do we have one worker available? An expedition party requires your attention. Okay. Mudlands. Long ago, fresh, clean water was so abundant that the idea it could be gone one day was simply inconceivable. Now the whole world is dusty and barren, and all places that might have once been wet are dry as bone. Alright. Okay, so we're on day 3. Cracked earth and sand give way to viscous mud as we near the wetlands, making our journey all the more arduous. Before we see any water at all, though, we come across a small old ship completely beached, lying on its side on dry earth. None of us have any idea how it could have gotten there. Shot? What should we do? So we get all of our stats here as well, and obviously our supplies. We could just move on, or check inside the ship for anything of value. Well, if you've watched any of my games, I always like to try almost everything, unless it's absolute suicide. So we're going to check inside the ship. Alright, check inside the ship. That is going to take that time. Whatever it is. 2 hours, 55 minutes. Now we can sit here and watch that, or we could go back to our camp, but it is night, so I guess we could have just gone and looked. We'll just speed it up. still hasn't started yet, so that's fine. Bonk, we are paused. So, yeah, I found this a little bit frustrating in the demo. I'm hoping they fix that as well, because there's a result here, but it like flicks past, just automatically flicks past, which is just, and then you got to scroll back. So it would be good if they just actually left it sort of here, or restructure this so you see the end result and then you see the next steps. So the ship's rusty engine block still has some parts that seem like they could be salvaged as scrap, plus 300. All right, so now we've got 600 scrap. Exploring deeper into the wetlands, a single figure soon appears over the horizon, coming toward us. It walks on stilts through the mud, and with every step, metallic jingles can be heard from a great sack it carries on its back. It stops before nearing our party, then raises a mud-slathed hand to point at us. What should we do? Offer it some of our food. Ooh, 100 food. Offer it some of our scrap, or attack the mysterious figure. I mean, we just found scrap, so I would be tempted to give the scrap, because it's no loss to us. Got 4 days worth of scrap, so yeah, I'm going to give it scrap. See, now I've got to scroll back up again. It's a little bit silly though. Oh no, that's the ship one. Oh, hang on, we've got to wait 10 seconds. But it will do the same thing, I think. It'll pop down and then you won't see. Oh no, we did see it this time. Oh no, see, yeah, because it keeps moving. All right, after receiving our offer, okay, I did pause you. After receiving our offering, the figure reaches into its wrappings and produces a small colourful trinket. It's not particularly useful, but the gesture of good faith is somewhat reassuring. Okay, we get some happiness. After hours of trudging, we finally reach the centre of the wetlands, a tiny pond lined with some thin reeds, the only water we've seen for miles. It's a lonely, depressing sight against the backdrop of the expanse of grey-brown mud, until we notice that some of the water near the reeds actually looks somewhat clear and drinkable. We study the effect that the reeds have on the water and harvest some samples to bring back home. Okay, 2 hours 53 minutes, so we're going to jump back home and speed up because our day is going to hopefully start. And we are hopefully going to get our 350. And we're going to build a medical center. Now, I'm going to build that. I'm going to build that there. And we've got one person, so we're going to leave that one person to build. Okay, so we've done that task. You can now research for wetlands. An expedition party requires your attention. Okay, wetlands. Converts contaminated water to poor water. Now, are we still doing research? I was doing that one, wasn't I? 16 hours, 38% remaining. I would still like to get that. Okay. Somebody is very sick. Okay, they've still got 2 days. So, we are here. They're idle. So, have we still got 2 days? We haven't even been out 2 days. This is 11 hours away. So, I'm going to continue on. Okay, is the... Well, resource pile has been depleted. What? Was that food? No, that must have been scrap. Okay. I would still like to get that built before the end of the day. So I'm going to leave. Oh, how do we... Oh, okay, because now we've got a food one has expired. Is that food in range? It actually is. So we can connect that to there as well. Okay, medical center is built. Alright, +6 happiness. Cool. Alright, well this needs 2 workers. We've got 1. Oh no, it only needs 1. I will put 2 in there though, because we want to get some people healed up. I'm just wondering... I don't know if we need all that food, so I'm actually tempted to do that. Let's get the research done. Weather status changed to normal. Okay, that's nice. You have completed the research speed upgrade. Excellent. So we can research faster now. So now we should do the wetlands. 6 hours and... Our expedition party. Campus, a center of learning in the old world. There was once such abundance that people could gather at these places to do nothing except learn all day, for years on end, without worrying about securing food or water for themselves. There are no more students... There are no more students there anymore, but maybe it could still teach us something. Okay, our expedition finally reaches the outskirts of the campus. The large buildings of cement and glass, though broken and abandoned, seem to us like they could have once composed an entire city in their own right. We first come across a large hall that has been recently barricaded shut. After banging on the door, a voice from inside yells back, "Who's there?" What should we do? These people must be fellow survivors. We should invite them to our community. Whoever's in there could be dangerous. We should leave them alone. We're going to be nice. We're nice people. Okay. We'll just let that finish. There we go. Well, we got a Steam achievement to have a community of 30 people. See how you got to scroll back up every time. Yeah, they need a better system than that. After realizing that we meant no harm, the survivors who have barricaded themselves inside the hall seem very interested in joining us. +6 people. Okay, good. We came across a small grouping. I don't know if they... Oh, they join our party. Because we've got 9 people now. Okay. We come across a small grouping of buildings. A cursory pass through some yields... a cursory pass through some... Okay, maybe a comma there. Yields nothing of value other than scraps of faded paper. One partially collapsed structure, though, with a sign out front reading chemical engineering, seems as if it might have some salvageable scrap among its rubble. What should we do? We can't waste any opportunity to salvage scrap. These old experiments could have been dangerous. We should stay away. Oh, we got no... Hang on, does that say... Oh, because we got 9 people now. We're feeding all 9 people with this. Let's see about the scrap. before we do that, let's have a look. What's happening in here? Okay, we got water. We got food. Okay, why are we not producing? Is that because they're sick? Oh, it's almost the end of the day, so I'm not too concerned. I'm not collecting much scrap either. We don't have anything else to build, do we? Other than houses. Oh, we're going to have people come back. We might need another house. I'm going to put it... Yeah, alright. I'm going to set up another house so we can get built by the end of the day. Okay, end of the day, they're going to build the house. You can now research for community center. Allows voting and the application of new laws. You can own only a single building of this type. Okay. Well, we're still doing the wetlands, so that's probably more our thing. I don't know what that symbol is. It's nothing, but we got a little bit sick, very sick. I think... okay, we've opened up a few more things, but I think we probably should come back. Because we've got way too many people for a start, and we haven't got any food. So let's come back. I'd love to go and do all of these. I don't know whether you get time, but... we're gonna try. The game may force us to go to other places though, so time will tell. Because the unfortunate thing is there's limited resources here. It's like unsustainable. You can't just stay here. It's impossible. One thing I did see, somebody said there's no auto-save function, which is a bit disappointing. So I'm just going to call this campaign 1. Yeah, okay. And we're going to call it there because we've run out of time. So... hopefully you like the game. We'll see. Time will tell. It's early days. I'm liking it so far. Whether I like it ongoing, well, who knows? I'll find out as well. But if you do like the channel and you want to support it further, check the description below. There's a link to a Patreon site. There's also a YouTube thank you button where you can give a small donation, send a special message, that sort of stuff. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do consider subscribing. That helps the channel out immensely, and I really do appreciate the support. And most importantly, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think of this game. Did you pick it up? Or did you not even know about it? Let me know your thoughts. Let me know now that you've seen a little bit of it on the channel. Are you tempted to get it? Are you interested in it? Or not at all? You've seen these things before, had enough, whatever. Love to hear your opinion on it. If you did get it and you are playing it, what do you think? Obviously, avoid story spoilers. Because, yeah, I'd like to obviously discover that on my own. But if there is anything that I'm doing wrong or stuff like that, do let me know, as long as it doesn't, as I say, spoil the story. And yeah, let me know if you want to see more of this game on the channel, less of it, none at all. Yeah, because I'm open to putting it on the channel permanently for however long we want to play it, or we can have a short go at it and then just, that's it, take it off. Let me know your thoughts on that. I read all the comments, answer every comment that warrants an answer as soon as I possibly can. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.